Hi. Have you ever wanted your land vehicles to be able to dig tunnels like these? Or maybe even tunnels like these, in a smiley face shape where you can go down, grab your stubborn ore, and get right back out? Well then, I have for you the Borinator. Or the Drillinator. I don't know. It has a name, I just don't know what name I want to go with yet. We have multiple engines for forward thrust, as well as allowing for thrust override, so you can just sit in it and let it do its job, as well as a stylish orange and yellow paint scheme, and multiple drills on hinges, which is actually the magic behind it being able to dig tunnels like these. A tunnel that pretty much goes down and can come right back out. And it's tall enough for you to drive that up and down either way and collect whatever ores lie beneath. Rightio, hello again. I have flipped this thing, you probably saw part of it, and defeated plenty of spiders, and we had to rebuild an assembler and a basic assembler. I also added on here, what did I add? Build the Drillinator. Yes, I've also upgraded the Drillinator from the previous video. Now the illusion is ruined. This is actually the next day. I got whisked away while I was working on that, but, oh, can I hop up on that thing? I can hop over the cargo container. That's nice. Okay, there we go. Where was I? Yes. Things are done. Things have happened. That ramp is... There's something really wrong with that ramp. If I remember correctly, these are timers, so I need to take the ramp... Or, hold on, the hinges. The door and sub-door hinges, and I think I just need to tell them to reverse. That might bring this up. Looks like it's working. They have limits, right? They're not going to go too far. Yeah, they're at 90 or 88 instead of the full thing. Okay. So now I can have it open, right? Nope, because it just locked the hinge. That's nice. I need to redo this door. But let's go ahead and unlock it. There we go. And now it will go to its extent. And now that it's at the correct distance... Oh, while I was bringing this up, I had to open and close the door. I was using it to lift the... I was using it to lift the back side of this, and so it got out of sync. Alright. Anyway, so that'll also happen when it runs out of power then, because then it'll just flop on the floor and we'll have to redo it. This needs to be rebuilt, and I'm going to start construction on the Drillinator, which is going to be pretty cool because I've been testing it for a bit, and it's been doing good work for me. It hasn't been giving me any issues, and it drives around, it drills up and down, and if I accidentally let it drill straight down, it can recover from it, which is phenomenal. So, yeah. I'm also extremely excited because I just watched the 3070, the 3000, the NVIDIA's 3000 series GPUs announcement. And that's exciting. There's a lot of like marketing in there, so we're gonna have to wait till people start getting them to get a good. Can I put this somewhere? There we go. To get a good feel of actually how well it performs, but hey, that's fine. Let's get some breakfast here. I would say. What time is it? It's midday. A little bit in the afternoon. Let's get some lunch then. Let's go ahead. Also. And head outside, and let's get a projector. Let's. I'm gonna put a projector up here, and hold on, and a light armor block. And I think I know how I want to start the Drillinator. It's actually gonna be ill-advisable. I'm gonna bring it off of that piston. Actually, I might just bring it off of here, and then just straight down. Then I'll have to lop that off when it's done, because I really don't know anywhere else to really start it out at, and that seems like a decent enough place. So let's add these to our, hold on, there we go, our projector and everything to our build planner, and I will start on this, and then see you momentarily. Oops, I just recolored the whole thing instead of putting things to production. Oops. Assembler, you are having an issue gathering material, are we now? I see. What, you can't get silicon or iron? Is there one of the tubes messed up? Did I break one of the tubes on the way? That tube's fine, that tube's fine, that tube's fine, that tube's fine. That's fine. That's broken. That's what it is. Okay. Well, while you may be repaired, you are not able to do things that I need you to do. So let's get some plates of the steel variety. And let's go ahead and drop those on here. Nope. Still need more. Okay. I'll get more steel plates here. Let's dump some of that off. Right, so the 3000 series. So I'm thinking of, okay, so for a while I was like generation, skip a generation, you know, get a thing, skip a generation. Then I got a great deal on the 1070 because the whole mining thing collapsed, which was pretty awesome. I mean, I kind of feel bad. I kind of don't feel bad that people were buying up all of these GPUs and you couldn't find one anywhere, which drove the cost up everywhere. And I'm not sure if that had a... Whoa, spiders. I'm not sure if that had an impact on the... Oh, gosh. Okay. I know it for sure had an impact on the resale value while they were... what do you call it? While the mining craze was going on. Because you could buy... You'd have to buy a used... Probably used in a mining machine. Under very hot conditions. A used 10 series card for... basically retail, if not more. Like, so you'd get the MSRP, and then you'd have to pay on top of that just to buy the thing. It's kind of ridiculous. I always didn't like it. I thought it was kind of silly. Actually, I thought it was pretty dumb. But that's just like how economy works, I guess. But either way, didn't like it. But now that we have the new series coming out, this is going to be... Let's see. This is going to be one generation off from the RT series, so we're not going to get... oh, you know what? I should do this conveyors so that I can fill up stuff. There we go, got 8 of those. This is going to be one generation off of the whole RTX, so we're going to get, like, the new generation improvements, which the improvements seem pretty crazy. Off of what they're claiming the improvements to be. If you didn't catch the stream or you haven't watched someone talk about it yet, they talked about basically doubling the amount of, they claim, because no one's tested it yet. Or, of course, the people have probably tested it, but no one's published the results yet. I'm waiting for, you know, Gamers Nexus or something to test it out so we can get like a real result. You know, I'm still going to get it. My 1070 is getting old, and it artifacts for some... I think it's dying. I honestly think it's dying. Something's up. It's been water-cooled for quite a while. Its temperatures never go above, you know, 60 degrees at the worst of cases, which is generally playing Space Engineers for some strange reason. But it gets these little red artifacts... Only on this planet, but in Space Engineers, and I get graphics driver crashes sometimes in other games. Not too sure if that's, you know, even though I cleaned the, you know, fully uninstalled all the graphics card stuff and did the whole clean thing. It might be this version of Windows. It might not be. I really hope it isn't this version of Windows, but, you know, I won't know until I delete it and then start over again. Which is a lot of work. It's a ton of work, and I don't like doing it. So I might just not do it and say, okay, well, something's wrong, and I'll have to find out what it is later. So I'm already saved up for the... Actually, no, I am saved up for the 3070, which is... I'm kind of like a mid kind of guy. The 3070, they're claiming, which kind of makes sense, the performance of a... what do you call it? The performance of a, oh great, 2080 or the 2080 Super, I don't remember. But they're claiming higher performance, which is nice. Can I not? I wasn't paying attention. I was building this and talking. I have a lot to talk about. I've noticed what's been kind of bringing me down is I've been trying to talk about the game the whole time I'm doing it, and I don't know. I don't particularly like it. I've been doing it for a while, and it's just like, actually a long while that I've been just talking about the game, and it makes it, you know, all I'm thinking about is the game, and yeah. We're gonna build the Drillinator. Oh, okay. Drillinator. Why does it keep losing the picture? I keep taking these nice screenshots because I want to publish it, and it's just like, no, you may not. And I say why. And let's turn off a Bob. Multiple grids are not supported. I know. Build and repair system. There we go. Oh, it's off. Okay, good. All right, we'll grab the projector and we'll start scooting this around. Actually, I can do the thing with the ever so amazing thing of just kind of floating here and doing it. How much hydrogen do I have? I have 2 almost full bottles. All right, we're good. Broadcasting on. Shift K. Ah, okay. Well, something has an antenna that isn't on, and wow, our frame rate is it the frame rate tanking is something. I think frame times get up high on this game, because sometimes it's just like stuttery and it's still getting a high frame rate, but it doesn't feel like it. All right. Oops, that's the wrong button. There we go. We need an antenna on this thing. We don't have an antenna. I could just stand over here and do it, or float over here and scoot it over. All right. Anyways, where was I? So yeah, they're claiming something cool. I'm hoping for something cool. They're claiming, what did he say? A triple double or a double triple, where they doubled all the core counts and everything. So, or wait, they doubled a performance metric they use that. I'm not sure. I never really understood flops. They're always kind of funky to me. I guess it might be from like a computational standpoint. It might make sense, but I would like to see real world performance. You know, most of these cards, it's well, what is it now? It's probably a multi-billion-dollar market. That's why they put so much effort into creating things. Most of these things are going to gamers, especially now more than ever. You got all sorts of people playing games on Twitch, you know, people are playing games because they're all stuck at home. So it's a big market. And I'm thinking they know that, and they produce for it. Let's get slid over here. But I'd love to see just, I mean, you could do ray tracing with the 1070. It functions, I would say. It doesn't do it well. No, not at all. It won't even, the Minecraft ray tracing, of course, it's locked behind the card you have. And there's no easy fix like there was for RTX OS. Oh, they also announced, what did they call it? Like some creator thing that he was like, oh, turn any room into a like a studio or something. I don't know. I'm like, oh, that's really neat. Like, oh, sweet. Okay, so I need to scoot over one to the left. It's basically incorporating RTX voice. And I feel like we got a I can't talk right now. I feel like we got a real world demo because they were like, they had someone out there, I don't know what this person was doing. She was like blow drying something. Oh, I need to set this up so it can convey into the system. Ooh, okay. There's a conveyor port out there, so I would need to scoot this out. I'd have to actually probably build it higher up in the air, even. We can go straight down from there. That'll function. All right. Good thing I didn't start building that. I did try though. So yeah, they did this demo where this lady was like blow drying her hair, and the guy turned it on, and it sounds pretty much like it did when I tested it out with the air conditioner running. It sounds a little bit like that old like high pitch crackle that you used to get on, or that you do get on denoising for a lot of things, but it's very, very small, and it removes, you know, when I tested it out, it removed everything. Yeah, I turned on like music and had the fan going, and it worked just fine, you know. And then when I played the game with let's just close that door, don't want to deal with those right now. I played Space Engineers, and it was working great. RTX voice is pretty awesome. I mean, it's cool that it's not like this standalone thing anymore, which is pretty nice. But I think it's going to be pretty amazing. Well, I think it's going to be great already, because that already sounds like, oh gosh, okay, calm down, spiders. There we go. I blew up something. I hope it was just a piece over here. What is that spinning thing? Oh, it's all the spinning things on the base. So yeah, RTX voice was pretty great. I really want this new version of it, pretty much. It seems like something that I would use profusely, because most of the reason I'm playing something and I'm just like kind of miserable because it gets hot in my room very quickly. And only in the winter does it not get extraordinarily hot. Even sometimes it does with this thing. I'm not excited for the increase in power. A long time ago when I built my computer, actually that power supply has made it through my FX system. That's like an old EVGA 1,000-watt power supply, which is pretty great. I went 1,000 watts because I was planning on upgrading to that generation used a lot of power, the FX series. And come on, port in. There we go. All right, so now this will all be good. All right, and we can start construction on things. Hooray! Huzzah! Things happen. All right. We need to do a lot of... I can't do projector to build planner. That doesn't make sense. If only I could, like, say, queue things that are on the projector. Oh, add selected component to production queue. Oh, I just made a grinder. I forgot that was a thing. All right. We need a cargo container. How come we don't have... that stuff's selectable. Assembler. Oh, that's build planner. Okay, there we go. We need a cargo container, 2 of them, a large variety, a whole bunch of drills. There's 2, 4, 5, and then there's 8. So there's 8 drills. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is it still? Yeah, okay, so we did 9 drills, whatever. We'll have more steel plates for stuff. Wheels, and their assemblies. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't matter, really. What else? We need a lot of conveyor tubes, so we'll just get some large or medium conveyors. We'll probably have one of those, a connector, a seat, a bunch of batteries. We have 4? No, we have 3 large batteries and like 10 of these. Alright, and then I'm also going to add engines to it. And an ore detector. Alright, so that's gonna go for a while. We're gonna need a lot of materials to feed this beast. Let's go here for ores, actually. Yeah, iron and other such. Oops, no, this is assembler. And then we're gonna take iron. And we'll grab whatever iron we can out of other systems and stuff and stick it in here. I don't think we're gonna need a lot of cobalt. I think we'll be okay with that. We are gonna need a lot of silicon and a buttload of nickel. I think that might be okay. This might be everything this needs. No, it needs even more iron, which luckily we have. There we go. This assembler can now produce everything it needs. I think I can use the basic assembler to produce everything this guy needs. Let me get into the... It looks like it's smoggy. It doesn't look like... It looks like it's a little bit foggy, but while I was... Either it was because I was standing right here, or it just looks like smog. That haze that we get in Southern California. I feel like it... I'm not sure about this, but I think it blows in from LA. And it blows into this kind of almost bowl shape this section of California has. And it's pretty gross. Pretty gross. When it's really windy, like the Santa Ana winds and everything, it gets beautifully clear out here when there's not fires. And, what was it? The basic assembler, okay. Dang it, what was I trying to say? Basic assembler. Do things for me. I need you to do things. This is in the build planner. Can't withdraw a lot of stuff, that's fine. Because I just need whatever you can put. Shoot. I forgot what I was talking about now. Yeah, so it gets smoggy out here. Which is okay. It's pretty nasty, but I mean, what else? What are you gonna do about it? There's you could do all the things you want, but you know, you can drive an electric car, or if you can afford an electric car, 4 motors and 38 computers. Okay, that's doable. But when you start to run out of okay, this is what I'm trying to say. The burden shouldn't be put on the people to do that, and that's probably a political statement. I I guess. But yeah, we're not the ones producing that much material compared to some of these other people. So, or some of these other, you know, large groups. Let's get 100, 200 of that, 100 of that. Let's get, there we go. That might do it. Oh, of course, the basic assembler is just going to pull what it needs. Right, here we are. Basic assembler. Go to its inventory. Really? There we go. Grab it a bunch of nickel and other things that it could possibly use. There we go. It's happy now. All right, and we get that other speed module going. We'll have plenty of production. I saw something twitching around. Oh, this is the door. I wonder if these use that door framework that they keep updating. I've never made a door, so I don't know. I don't know if that's a thing. But man, oh man, that'll be good. Okay. Let's go to assemblers. You're still not done producing things. Eventually you will be complete though. Alright. How many? Dang, okay. Well, I queued up a lot of computers. I didn't think I needed that many. Alright. There's 18 coming out of there. And we're one motor short because reasons and things. Basic assembler. One more motor. There we go. And bam. Okay. Then we can take all this back to the main assembler just in case it needs it. And there's a second speed module. So now we're going to get through this stuff slightly quicker. Alright, and we got some extra computers for whatever needs computers building on it. Alright. Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at it churn through stuff. I love it. It churns through the large steel tubes too. Okay, let's see a motor. Okay, motor's like steel plate speed on the other one. Yeah, I love the speed modules. I might add a third one. Just to keep this thing, what's the word? There's a word that someone else says that's just amazing. Let's keep the thing chooching. Just so we can have a nice pace there. Alright, get some more power. There we go. Let's close all that off. And yeah, 30,000 series. Or 3,000 series. It's already confusing to me because Ryzen 3000 and I keep saying like 3600, 3700. I'm like, oh, I want to get a 3070 and I say 3600X. I'm like, no, that's not what I mean at all. That's what I said. And that's just how it happened. Oh, the thrusters. I forgot about the thrusters. Okay, we got, oh, what is it? 16, 4, 8. Yeah, there's 16 thrusters here. And there's 8 more. Wait, no, there's not 8 more. Oh, yeah, there's 24 thrusters then, I think. So we'll have to queue those up as well. Oh, boy. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and now our new material count has us very short, especially in nickel. All right, so to build this thing, we're going to need a lot of nickel. And we have cobalt, so, and I think we have enough iron. I just don't think it can hold that amount of iron right now. Iron. Let's put the iron in there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we definitely have enough iron. Okay. Just need nickel. We're nickel deficient. There we go. Nickel deficient. And it's quite a bit of nickel, actually. How much nickel do you have in this refinery? None. That nickel I brought back to get... Oh, that's also what I did. While I was trying to flip the thing, I ran out of nickel to build something. Oh, to build a piston. There we go. There's pistons I used to flip it over. And that nickel came from the near iron hole, which I have to turn all these beacons back on. Okay. So we'll empty out our inventory and we'll grab a whole bunch of nickel. When we come back with all the nickel, we'll have a good time. All right, you can stay. Oh, I need you. There we go. And I'm gonna need the generator. The generator of the ice, or the generator of the hydrogen. All right, we'll take off and fly over there because although there's no vehicle flying, for some reason I fly around on the jetpack. I think that was a necessity at some point because I wouldn't have been able to get to water otherwise, and I would have just died, which would have just been annoying. And I would have had to respawn multiple times. I have a new hardcore series idea. Oh, we've frozen. That's wonderful. Right, so another crash, which tends to happen. Actually, it hasn't happened in a long time, especially in Space Engineers, and it loves happening on this world. So it's always a graphics driver crash, though. And I'm not too sure if it's just because all the plants and stuff are giving issues. But I dialed back even further. Well, I dialed under stock, I guess, the memory clock. Because I think, if I remember correctly, this is just using a ton of memory for this, which I'm excited for the 3000 series as well because they get more memory. I think 10 gigabytes on the model that I want, which is 2 more than I have right now. I think the 1070 is 8, which is much better than my 970's 3.5. Because that was annoying. It would get up to that amount of usage in a lot of games, even at 1080p for some reason, and then the game would just hitch and stutter. And when it stopped doing that, it was pretty great, but yeah, it was kind of annoying. And I figured out, I think with the 970, if I just cranked up the memory clock, it would just do it. For some reason, I'm not seeing where I entered to get the nickel. Really? Are you just not there? Okay, there we go. So I'm going to fly over some nickel and then just bore straight down. Nickel! 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 Where'd it go? Nickel! No! Come back, nickel! Come nickel back. Or come back. I can't talk. Nickel. There we go. I can't wait till I have this drilling craft. I've like tested it over some ores, and it'll just cut straight through the center if you hit the angle right. If you get lucky, you can cut straight through the center of like a whole bunch of ore, and it's amazing. Okay, I have an idea. I'm gonna take this bottle. I'm gonna leave the full bottle. I'm gonna leave the full bottle here. Also the stone. And then I'm going to come back. Ah, I dumped the bottle through the world. That's something that happens, of course. Because the world is hollow. That's annoying. I'm wondering if they, like, implemented cave systems. Like some sort of cave thing. If... No, that's not going to happen. That's just going to happen just as often. You pop through the world and it's hollow again. But cave systems would be pretty amazing. They are pretty awesome in games like 7 Days, which got its Alpha 19 release. Ooh, I'm so excited for it. I'm going to play it. I know no one watches it, but I don't really care. I'm still going to play it. It's extremely fun. So that's something that I'm going to do. I'm going to play some 7 Days, which probably one of my favorite games as well. I'm also going to continue playing Kerbal Space Program. I've been disappeared for a while, mostly because of me. get real, you know, silly every now and then. But I've working on it. It's getting better. Basic assembler. Let's take hydrogen bottle, please. Please suck materials from places. Yeah, I'm gonna suck up nickel, but I need that extra bottle. I tend to go without. Actually, do I really need it? I mean, I know I need it, but can I do without it? Let's get some water and some steak. Yeah, the food's not as much of an issue as I thought it would be. But I'm thinking on the extra hardcore world that the food might be an issue. And I'm going to start in space, so it's going to be even more of an issue. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. I'm still thinking about it. I might build myself a craft that I think would be good for, you know, starting out, and then just go from there. You know what I didn't do? I didn't mark the hole. Well, I didn't dump anything in there important anyways. There's just going to be a bunch of little straight down holes into this nickel, which the Drillinator's not going to care about. It's just going to keep drilling. It's going to make this nice little, much better iron. Why is it still on? So far away. Near surface iron is where I find the nickel near the surface. And where I don't find... Oh, wait, maybe. Yes, I found the hole. Okay, good. I still haven't found the first hole I made. Anyways, yeah. That's going to be fun. To play some... Oh, Kerbal Space Program 2 is coming out, too. I wonder when that's coming out. It's going to be a while, I'm sure. Inventory. And recent events isn't going to help it any. But it'll still be nice. I wasn't too keen on when they switched from, I think someone bought Squad which was the original developer of KSP, and that's when I stopped playing, because there was something about it that I didn't like. It was telemetry or something. I'm not sure if they stopped doing that, but I mean, they're still developing it, so maybe we'll get something cool out of it. Alright, we're getting more nickel. You know what you need, Big Refinery? You need speed modules. I wonder if I can work on some for you, because we have power. We got all these wind turbines, we got batteries galore. I think we could start working on a bunch of stuff that doesn't require, or that does require a lot of material, but isn't too crazy. Okay. So build planner, you have a history of just putting it wherever you feel like. So I'm going to have to manually figure out these. Oh. I say manually like it's happened 1,000 years ago. Let's go 2. Let's go 2 speed modules for you, and which is 100 each. So, ugh. Well, let's take out what. Oh, we can't take out what we can because it'll all start coming from there. All right. Well, let's go into the assembler or the basic assembler then, and we need 100 of those. 40 of these. I don't remember how much of anything else. I wasn't paying that close attention. I think this is right. I'm gonna just assume it's right and not really check. But I'm not assuming it's right because I'm confident in my abilities. I'm assuming it's right because I'm lazy. Just like everyone is. Everyone is just a little bit lazy. And that's okay. You're allowed to be as lazy as you want to be. As long as you get what you need to get done. Alright, oh, look at it go. It's building off of what it shouldn't be. Stop, stop, Bob, stop. Build and repair system, I swear. You know, stop now. Because now things are going to get queued from the wrong place, or now we're going to lose materials from the wrong place, and it's just going to it's going to turn into a bit of a debacle. Which I'm surprised you haven't built any of this yet. Which is, okay. If you have, you did see it in the beginning, but we can go a little bit more detailed. I had to add these because I am an absolute genius, and I forgot to include the tubes. The tubes, I'm digging in, I'm testing it, and I tried to, oh, of course I get a message right when I'm in the middle of something. Okay, I'm testing it, and all of a sudden it starts digging straight down. I'm like, okay, good, I'm digging straight down. You know, I lowered the angle on the hinges pretty far, and digging straight down, I'm like, okay, now I need to try to recover. I tried to recover, and it would still be tipping all funky like, and I didn't like it. I'm like, why does it keep tipping funky? Well, you know, maybe it's because the drills are full. So I came to the back and I said, okay, throw out everything. And I'm like, it's not throwing out anything. So I checked and I'm like, I can't drag. Why can't I drag? Well, the original plan was to go straight down the bottom into this tube. But 2 reasons I don't want to do that. One, if I hit something on the bottom, which I tend to do while I was drilling and testing it, if I hit something on the bottom, it's not going to be nice. So it was supposed to come out of there and go through the bottom. There's only 3 gyroscopes on this thing, and it like rotates. It's pretty awesome. Not even on the center of mass either. When these are full, I don't know if that changes the center of mass. I don't know. It should. Like, ideally it should. But I don't know if in the game it does that. Alright, so I had to come out the sides, which kind of makes this cool little thing. It's orange and yellow. I was going for the whole, like, Tonka truck feeling, but then I realized those are yellow and black. I'm like, okay, well, what looks construction-y? Orange and yellow. Orange and... Hey, calm down here. Calm down. No coming out of the ground without making the noise that you're coming out of the ground. And disco spiders. If you could stop being disco spiders, that'd be really nice. Alright, well, those guys are fine. But, yeah, we had the orange and yellow scheme going. And I was having a lot of fun building in orange. Because it would stand out the changes I'd make. So I'm working on the exploratory ship because I like just toying with that ship. Okay, are you just... Okay, fine. You can be over there. So I was working on the exploratory ship, and I was trying to figure out, okay, well, did I build this part, or was this part already there? And it was getting really annoying to me to not know. Wait, did I already have another bottle? I guess I did. All right. But yeah, it was getting really annoying me that I couldn't figure it out. So I was trying to just determine a new way to do it. So I just ended up I ended up looking up the hex value for orange and changing that to that. And it was like a pumpkin orange, which I really like. My favorite color is green, but orange is a contender because I'm loving the way it looks. And green and orange goes really nice. And my favorite kind of fruit, my favorite gourd to look at is those little decorative pumpkins. Those are really pretty. And I guess pumpkins might be a great combination of two colors that I like a lot. So we'll go with that. I'm going to go check on this thing and we'll see what else it's got doing for us. We're missing some steel plates. I thought I added enough. Oh, you know what? I think enough got put in, so we're going to need to do this so we only have 50 of them. Bam. Bam. Get built. Get built. Ah, falling. Okay. What are you missing? We're missing nickel, which yeah, it's getting sucked out of this thing as soon as it can be created. There's not much I could do about that. I think that's runoff from the other machine, so let's just go into this cargo container, which is also starting to exhibit the signs that stuff is getting pumped out from everywhere. So I'm going to be wrong. Dang it. I have a whole bunch of steel plates. Why do I have a whole bunch of steel plates? I need construction components, not steel plates. I'm just going to grab them from somewhere. We're gonna have to forego that rule, so I'm going to be all mixed up later when I'm trying to build the rest of these things. But we'll get a slightly faster refinery, which could lead to us getting this done quicker. Alright, we need a lot of computers. A lot of computers. Oh, of course. Here. There, and there. Somewhere exists. Oh, it successfully withdrew everything. Okay. I'll take that. There we go. And here we go. Okay. Now we can get to refining a bit quicker, huh? I don't know if that's faster, but it feels like it's faster. 1.92. I think it was doing 0.8 or something a little bit before, so I think we're all right on that. And you're probably producing... Oh, no. You are probably producing what the leftover was, and this menu has turned into basically everything that isn't nickel. Good. Sending to 1,600 nickel, which I'm not entirely confident in existing. I'm not sure what the loss is on that, so I'm pretty sure I can just look it up in half a second, but it'll be, you know, won't be as great. So we're just gonna be waiting for this to finish, huh? I could turn on the bobs and they could work on it while it's there. We could try our best to kind of do that, or I could just do it and return to you, and we could try out this machine, which I think is my favorite option, because then I don't have to... Oh, okay, hi. Are you corporeal now? Can I shoot at you? Corporeal? No, you still look not very corporeal. And I shot the... What kind of hitbox is that? I was shooting over here and it hit the thing. How much did it damage? A little bit. Okay, spider. Spider. I know you're there. Of course you're there, but... Oh boy, that's nasty. Hey, you mind, like, existing? If you exist, that'd be really cool. But if you don't want to exist, that's fine with me too. Oh, hey, you're existing. You're existing. Hooray, congratulations. Now that you exist... Oh, you little bugger. Come here. I love how the orange projector just glows. It's pretty cool. But we have this, like, orange ball of light that's kind of here. Oh my gosh. So the ray trace... Okay. I'm going to talk to you for a little bit more, and then I'll come back with the mostly completed, or at least somewhat completed thing. Did I turn on the bob? Bob. You're on. Okay. Oh my gosh, ray tracing. They did the marble demo, which is pretty cool. But what if Space Engineers had ray tracing? And what if they used NVIDIA's math and specialized cores, more or less specialized cores, to do some of the physics? That would be pretty awesome. That would be pretty awesome. It would suck because it would alienate a lot of their players, because a lot of their players, I feel like, are on Xbox, and because it always seems like Xbox players are asking for a feature or something. It's like, well, yeah, Frostbite's going to come, but there's so many people asking. So I'm like, are there a lot of players on Xbox? I don't know how to get the player statistics for Xbox. Steam, there's tons of players. I'm not sure if I could get the how many players are on which platform with Steam. I don't know. But definitely it seems like a lot of Xbox players. So I don't think it's in their best interest. But oh, VR. Okay. Well, you know what? I'll return with this a little bit more built, and we'll talk about some VR stuff, because that's exciting to me. There's a lot of a lot of fun potentials and something I've tried recently that's just amazed me. I mean, I want to play in, but at the same time, I don't think it's gonna. I'm just gonna be playing VR. Is that gonna be any fun to anyone? Okay, just checking on you. You're just doing all this, so I'm gonna stack all this up, and I will be back. Hello, I have returned. You probably saw it producing all the stuff, and you probably also saw Bob doing nothing. Absolutely nothing, Bob. You're not helping. It's gotten to nighttime. Yeah, I've been gone for a little while. I went and made food and came back and ate the food and... Food. Food takes time, especially when you're making stuff. Okay. You always... I feel like allowing myself more time for food is really relaxing, too. Well, more time in the preparation. And then cooking becomes easier because I'm not reaching into the fridge only to find out I'm missing something about halfway through making something. Anyways, I've made a hole. Yes. What was I trying to say? Alright, so earlier I was talking about I was going to get to VR, but I was watching, like, what do you call it? The stream again? I don't know, the announcement video again. And I noticed that the 3070 has 8 gigs of RAM, of VRAM. So I'm like, dang it. I want the 10. It's GDR6, which... GDDR6, however you say it. Which is pretty fast. I'm not sure if it's at the speed of HBM, but I don't really think that's going to matter too much because, well, for my uses, I require more. Actually, no, I don't really require that much more. Space Engineer seems to be the only game that uses a lot of VRAM for me. That and my modded Skyrim, but modded Skyrim is... it's full of everything. Alright, I don't know why this can't extract stuff. It's because it's silly and it doesn't like working. So I'm just going to start on this stuff and hopefully the Bob... You know what? You know why the Bob hasn't been doing anything? He's not on. Build and repair system... Actually, he is on. Okay. Oh, he's not... He's told not to do anything. Oh, that makes sense. Here, let me fix that. Now, the only thing Bob doesn't do is armor blocks, and I can be relegated to doing something like that. Just fine by me. I could build a welding pit, but I don't know. That might be what I do with the hardcore series, the new hardcore series that I'm thinking about. I might do a no Bobs because it kind of makes things a little easy. I was trying to abstain from using them here because it makes things just that much simpler, and I don't have to build like infrastructure to be able to produce things. That's kind of what I consider the like a grinding pit and a welding pit. Because I consider that infrastructure. That's something that you basically need to be able to start producing these things. And I mean, you need infrastructure for stuff in real life. And I know it's a game or whatever, but the challenge is. I like the challenges, like the lifelike challenges sometimes. Actually, a lot of times. Tends to be something I enjoy. Alright, anyways. So the 3000 series is something that I'm excited for. I'm not excited. Well, the price, I feel like the price is a bit nicer. Of course, I haven't like sat there and read and looked at it, but I think it either is at the same level or lower than the last generation. I think they learned their lesson. People got really upset at them. Well, myself too, with the prices for the 2000 series. But then, oh my gosh, spider. Okay. Then it kind of makes sense. It was something completely new. Like, we hadn't had ray tracing before. I knew those were there. Hey, come back here. There we go. We hadn't had ray tracing before, and I guess they made like a whole new everything. But what did I press that made welder grinder first? Interesting. So I get it makes sense, and you know, I'm not one to get upset to where I start like saying like, oh, don't buy them, they're horrible. You know, I'm just like, oh, okay, well that just upset me. You know, it doesn't really bug me to the point where I'm gonna go out and do something crazy. It's not like they like started, I don't know, charging you $1 million for a card that performed worse than the last generation. I don't know. Of course they're not going to do that, but It's nothing heinous. It's nothing insane that would actually be upsetting. So yeah, so I'm excited for these new cards. I'm gonna... Hey, you gotta love it. Oh, we've frozen again. Are we gonna crash again? No, okay. You gotta love it when things crash. That's exciting. Now what was I talking about? Was I talking about RTX still? Or was I talking about how I hated my FX CPU? Yeah, I don't remember. But, okay, what was I talking about? Oh, anyways, I really enjoyed when Ryzen came out. I was excited for it, and you know, I would try to talk to everyone I could about it, and I really wish I was making videos then, because it kind of gives me a place to talk about these things. Oh, that's what I was... Wait, that's what I was talking... I don't remember anymore. But, yeah. I didn't like my FX CPU. I love my Ryzen ones. Oh, I think I was talking about how I don't like adopting the first generations of stuff. I don't remember. If I could remember, that'd be nice. But yeah, I don't like getting the first generation. Like, I didn't... Okay, I got the first generation right. That's what I was talking about, I think. At least that's what I was thinking about. I got up and... I got up and left, if you can't tell, after it crashed. Not out of anger, just because I needed to go to grab something. Or to do something. Anyways. Yes. I didn't like FX. I didn't recommend FX to people while it was out. I did recommend Intel at that time. So anyone who came to me either wanting to build a system or I was building a system for them, they would get Intel. And it'd be like, yep, you want this Intel one and this Intel one. They're like, oh, what about this? If they knew about it, they'd ask about the AMD stuff, and I just tell them it's really not great right now. You know, this is my experience with it. I still use it because I'm not gonna, you know, just buy a whole new system. But I will wait patiently. And I am also really glad that I waited for the 3000 series. Oh, that's what I was talking about. Yes. While I was walking backwards. So the 2000. So I found a 2070 for like $400 on Craigslist, and was it $400? Whatever. I think it might have been less. But I'm like, oh, I could go get one. That would be awesome. That's a great price. You know, people are selling it because the announcement was coming soon. Like, they just announced the announcement, so there was that countdown timer that I'd had up on my second screen for a while because I was excited. Well, it wasn't there all the time, but it was there, you know, sometimes. But anyways, so that's what. Yeah, so I was like, okay, well, if I could do like I do normally, where I usually get the last generation. Like, I won't get a, what do you call it? Like, when the 10 series was out, that's when I upgraded to my 9 series. And from my 770, which was pretty great. Getting the 970 after the 770 was just like, oh my gosh, this is glorious. And then it was great, because my 770 would get really hot. It didn't like playing Space Engineers all that much, even in DirectX 9 mode. And it was just a bit of a mess. But I loved my 770 because it was, I think it was like the first card that I'd done like a lot of research before buying. The 550 was more like, okay, I've saved up all this money. I can build a computer now. You know, high school, you know, saving up money. And I'm like, okay, well, what's like a combination of hardware that's compatible that I can afford? That's what that was. And it was the 770, which was, it was 770. It was the 550 Ti, which is pretty great. Before that, it was mostly stuff that, you know, either I'd gotten or I did save up for. Oh, wait a minute. Was the 550 part of? I can't remember now. I really wish I like took pictures and documented this path. I'm really not big on taking pictures of myself. My channel logo is like one of the few pictures of me that exist. I mean, there's of course a whole bunch of pictures of me that other people take, or you know, just I end up in a picture somehow. But yeah, that's like one of the only pictures I'm like, oh, take a picture of me. Yeah. It's not that I don't like me. It's just that I don't really think to take a picture of me. But what was I trying to say? Before that got kind of weird. Yes, it was one of them. One of the GPUs that I'd gotten was before I'd went and built my own system. It was an old pre-built that was running an Athlon. Oh shoot, Athlon 2 640. I don't remember. It had more than one core. Might have been a dual core. I don't remember. I was really upset that I couldn't overclock it because I was like seeing all this stuff about overclocking. I'm like, oh, that seems like so cool. I wish I could do it. Can't do it because it was like a pre-built thing. So yeah, that was okay. Oh, and reselling that was a nightmare. That was the first time I tried selling something on eBay. And apparently, even though I put in the numbers that were on the top, I don't believe this person now. At the time I did. I thought, oh my god, I can't believe I put in the wrong numbers. But I sold it to them, and then they like were requesting a refund because I sold them the wrong part, and they sent like a really mean email and all that. And I just felt so bad because I thought, oh gosh, I sent this person like literally the wrong thing. I was pretty sure I put the right numbers in, but I didn't trust that I did. Now that I think about it, they were probably just trying to scam me, which I think worked. I think I might have sent them back the money, and then they were supposed to send me the CPU, but never did. I don't remember. I just remember it was upsetting, and I was tired of dealing with it. Oh, you know what we need? We're gonna need girders. I didn't think about that. We need girders for all this stuff. These windows need girders to even get started, I think. Alright, well, we'll nab a whole bunch. Let me dump everything in there so Bob has something to work with. You there, girders to a ridiculous amount. Why not? We don't have enough silicon to do that, so let's start. Ooh, we don't have enough silicon to do anything. Okay, well, we have enough for those. Whatever gets built, gets built. This is going to be a massive resource in producing more resources, which would be really nice. Actually, I don't even need to bridge this. I could just cut. That's connected there, so I can cut this, make it a conveyor junction, and put out a conveyor on some hinges, and then I can hinge down and connect into this, because this is a bit low. It sits really low. That's mostly because the way I have the drills set up. Oh, I can start putting drills on. The way I have the drills set up, they're it tunnels with the drills, of course, and the drills don't have that much room to work with. So even though they're at this like interesting angle, which somehow works. Oh yeah, we can make the drills yellow. That could work. All right, flip you in the center. Yeah, there's no power to it. I thought there was power to it. Yeah, it's getting power. Bam and bam. Okay, and then this one, whenever it figures out that there's power. Hello? Mind functioning? No, you're short on motors. I'm assuming that we're missing motors, aren't we? Motors. Yep, we have no motors. Alright, go ahead and make 100 of them. Because that's a ridiculous request. Let's do that. Alright. I think the Bob's running out of materials. This thing is expensive. It's expensive, but it's awesome. So, we'll let it exist. I think I might have miscounted on the thrusters. Love how it's going, though. It's actually working. Alright. It's pretty much ready to set down, but it doesn't have a projector on it for itself, which kind of sucks. This should... No, I have to adjust the angle of those just so I can place the drill. That wasn't an issue when I was building it, but it's definitely an issue now. So let's do that before it gets through most of this. So yeah, that's stuff I'm pretty excited about. It's mostly RTX. That's what I'm excited about. The new RTX. You never... Okay, that's probably what I was talking about. You never really want to do the first generation of stuff unless you're ready to pay. What is it? The early adopters tax. That's the whole word for that, isn't it? Where basically you're buying something that's not entirely done yet. Like they're still working on it. They're selling it, I would say, just to see if it sells. It's like, okay, well, are people even interested in this? Like, is ray tracing a thing that can, move more cards in the future? And if it is, then definitely. Okay, come on. I just had you in a spot where I could build on you. Look at that. It's right there. Oh, We need more space, and I am fairly certain I know exactly what part is blocking it, which sucks because I don't want to cut that part because it takes a motor. That's a waste of a motor. Alright, about to waste a motor here. And probably a second one too. I have to waste 4 of them by the looks of it. There we go. Hey, built it before it got to it. Alright, then you can do the same thing if you don't mind. And we'll have to remember what angle you guys are set to. Actually, doesn't matter. I just throw you back and you'll figure it out. 210, there we go. Hopefully it's just these, and I can just do this. 8, yeah, there we go. Okay. And then, I don't have steel plates, but that's fine. This center one's going to be a bit of a, bit of a crazy, but it is necessary. It cuts the area large enough for the middle there. And this makes a little bit taller than of a space than what it absolutely needs. Ooh, okay. Let's keep going. Let's see if we can't get that a little bit further. Okay. Can we build it? No. Okay, what's blocking us? You don't see what's blocking you. Nothing's blocking me, apparently. But yet something is. Just sneaky in that way. It's probably these. Oh, poo. Yep. That just happened. Oh, and I drilled the one under it. Oh, great. That's genius. Yes, please bounce so I can collect you properly. There we go. Okay. That means this one, yep, is also disconnected, so I'll have to start from the back and move forward. That's a bit annoying. Okay, Bob, if you could just be a little bit dumber right now. There we go. Alright, that's in. And these will get all constructed when the opportunity arises. So, motors, construction components, motors. I think that's all we're short, so we can just queue up. Actually, it's queued up quite a few motors at the moment. 93 are still waiting, but we're probably out of a ridiculous amount of materials. Nickel. N-I-C-K. Wow, all that nickel I gathered. Gone. And iron, actually. Wow. That's pretty impressive. Okay, well, we gotta get more. And I'm gonna drive this today, so if this video ends up being extra long, I'm not sorry. I'm driving this. This is going to happen. Oh, energy is low. Oh, low. Oh, extra low. And my jetpack's almost out. Oh, boy. Was I just standing there floating the whole time? I probably was. Knowing me, I was probably just standing there. In the air. Alright, there we go. We're on a little bit better of a plane here. Also, spiders. There we go. Dead spider. I'm just going to run, because they'll almost always pop up behind me. There we go. And they're done. Oh, there's one on my wheel, though. Get off of there. Rude. So, I was looking at an old picture, like an old Space Engineers picture, and I was right. You can... Whoa, 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 what's going on here? What's going on here? What is going on here? Oh, this is disconnected. Of course it is. Yep, my inventory is full of scrap. Alright, I'll be back. I'm gonna clean that up, and then we're gonna do some mining. Alright, luckily for us, we're sitting on an iron mine, essentially. Yeah. Oh, that's what I was talking about earlier. I was talking about VR. And VR in Space Engineers. And, oh my gosh. I played the SE VR World Demo, or whatever it was. I don't think a dev from the game made it. I think it's just someone from the community. And sheesh. Have I never seen something so cool. So I have a HMD Odyssey. You might not know that, or you might know that. But oh my gosh. I was gonna play it on here because it's like, okay, well, why don't I just record me playing it, because it's pretty amazing. But I don't think there's anything there. I don't know if people would enjoy watching it. I've never tried to record VR, like playing VR before. Apparently it's not too hard, but that's what they say about a lot of things. But yeah, it was pretty amazing. I will say that if Space Engineers had a, like, they don't even have to put the game. I'm imagining that is technically extremely difficult to to set up this game for VR, especially since it already has trouble, making frame rates on most computers. And I would think most of their users don't have VR headsets. I mean, of course I would love it to be in VR, but this is going to be controversial. I would pay for, yes, I know. I would pay for a VR ship builder where I could just either copy and paste my ships from SE so that I can explore them in with the scale proper for VR, because that was the biggest thing for me. A long time ago, I bought a little red and blue, like a plastic red and blue, like a hard plastic, not the little cheap plastic you'd get from the movie theaters. The the red and blue 3D glasses, right? And that was at the time when I don't think a VR headset had come out or was even talked about. But what do you call it? But they had NVIDIA had this weird, there was a display that could give you those not tan. They looked like polarized sunglasses. They would give you that kind of VR experience, and it was really cool being able to see that. I've never got to use it because it was expensive, prohibitively expensive, which I guess you could make the argument about VR as it is now. But I'm guessing either A, it's cheap enough, or B, hardware is there, or hardware is close enough to make that a viable experience. But yeah, that would be pretty amazing. It'd be just to have a builder where I could just kind of build. Oh, that's what I was going to show you. Okay, so the scale. I'm not sure if I'm the only person who has this issue, but in most games I have trouble with scale. I can't tell how big something is. Everything looks tiny or really big, but none of this looks big. I think the scale in that, what do you call it? I mean, it's not because Space Engineers is in meters. I understand 2.5 meters is pretty big. That's quite a bit of space. But, it doesn't look like it. You're standing here, your drill's pointing about halfway there. Most of the time you're just looking up. This is gone. It's completely out of view. I'm not sure if it's the field of view or what it is, but I have trouble with scale, especially when I was playing Minecraft a lot, which is why I got those anographic glasses, because me and my friends were trying to build nice looking stuff, and they could do it, and I just had so much trouble doing it, and I'm like, okay, well, I can't draw and I can't do all these other visual things, but I was pretty sure I could build something in Minecraft. I'd spent so much time in it. I always think, and I still think, that an ability to draw or an ability to, create something that looks nice, is a matter of practice. You just keep practicing it, and eventually, I'm not going to say you're going to become a savant, but you're going to get pretty decent at it. That's potassium. I don't need potassium. Go away, potassium. No bananas here. K potassium. Oh, okay, I thought it vanished through the ground. Why am I floating? I need to dig down to nickel. I need to find my hole where I did this before. And I can't find my nickel hole. Oh, no. That's fine. I'll just go straight down here. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So I have a lot of trouble with scale. I have no trouble with scale in real life. I have good vision. But I have trouble with scale in games. I'm not sure if I'm the only one. And if you are too, it'd be cool to let me know so I don't so I don't feel like I'm crazy talking about this. But I never realized just how big a large ship refinery is, or just how big a reactor is. That VR mode, okay, so I don't think people would build as large of ships if they were playing SE in VR. Because large blocks are big. I mean, they're big. You know the number, but the number doesn't tell you it doesn't tell your brain. We all got monkey brains, and they don't really see the the number as a size. And it, like I said, I don't know if it's just me, but it doesn't look the same. A lot of these things look small. I was looking at construction components. I'm like, wow, that actually makes sense why I can hold, so many. They look like they're stackable, they're small, they're great. I think, you know, you wouldn't have to do as much to optimize building huge ships if people were playing in VR. I mean, of course, not everyone's going to be playing in VR. You're still going to have to optimize for huge ships anyways. But the people who have VR headsets are going to love it, because that demo is amazing. The demo's free, by the way. It's called SE. If you just type in SE VR and Steam, it comes up. But yeah, that was huge. Things are huge. Oh, and I was also flying around on the moon thing. That's why I mentioned why I have the Windows Mixed Reality, the Samsung Odyssey headset, has little touchpads on it, and those touchpads are amazing. I've played with other people's VR setups, and the touchpads, or not having the touchpads, I feel like was weird to me. I'd never, even when I hadn't used it before, like I felt like the touchpads are necessary. You know, just so you can get a little bit more granularity in like doing things. They're not implemented very well. And in that game, I think it was like implemented for Oculus, and I don't know what Oculus has, you know, that can specifically do these things. But okay, we need to move some of this iron over. But using the touchpads to move around took a little bit, because I'm like, oh great, what's broken now? Because as much as people praise the tracking, I have so many tracking issues with that headset. I mean, it makes sense. As soon as the cameras get out of view, or as soon as the whatchamacallums, the controllers get out of view of the cameras, they lose us tracking. But it seems like mine doesn't even attempt to estimate where the controllers are. They freeze exactly where they lose connection, and they only work in like a rotation kind of space, and it is beyond annoying. And I thought, okay, well, maybe that's just my headset. You know, maybe something's broken on it. You know, granted, I didn't buy a brand new one. Probably what I should have done. You know, I cleaned the heck out of it, but okay, I'll keep losing my nickel hole. I'm gonna have to keep making new nickel holes every time. This floor all looks the same. It's just like this green goop. All right. But yeah, so I wasn't sure if it was me, what it was, until someone else got a oh no. Uh-oh. That isn't good. Okay. That isn't good at all. I wasn't paying attention to my fuel. I was talking. Yeah. That is distracting. You know, talking's pretty distracting. Especially, oh, I hear a lot of spiders up there. Am I going to be trapped in a hole? Is this going to be what happens next time? No, because I want to finish the drilling ship. This would have been a great place to end it, though. A little cliffhanger. Alright, I think I can blast out of here. Blast the, cool, Danny DeVito. And anyways, I started blasting. Then blast the spiders after I leave. Ooh, okay. Ready? You ready? This could be the end of the series right here. Oh no, it saved. Okay. In 3, 2, 1, let's go! Spiders, come at me! Come at me! Yo, bugs! Ah, that was easy. Okay. That wasn't too bad. Now I just have to run home, which sucks, but yeah, I'll run home and we'll get this drill ship going. Oh, if I press R with nothing, I have to aim at block with welder grinder first. Don't know what that means. But I know control switches you to detach mode. I wonder if R is something else. Alright, anyways. I'll see you when I get home. See, I brought a gun this time. It's not like the other hardcore series when I didn't have any sort of weapon and the dogs got me. Evil dogs. And the barking dog outside. But yeah, okay. I'm almost there. I can see the indentations I made in the ice for some strange reason. Either I drove something and it broke, or I was drilling, and those are the little marks left by the drilling. There's my base. I am so tempted just to break all of those. That would be so nice. It's so satisfying to break things in this game. It's because they squish. Things squish, and it's, well, not everything squishes. I mean, most blocks. It just seems like armor blocks are the only things that squish. I think that's true. No other block, like, deforms. Which I guess makes sense. A lot of things, if it was a functional block and it deformed, it would break its functionality. Which would be pretty cool. if you had like a reactor and you got smacked by something, and now the reactor's deformed, it either A, doesn't put out as much power as it before, or slow down there. Pressing C, that's not working. Ow, ow, ow. Okay. We fell down a cliff, but we're okay. What was I saying? Oh, reactors. If they like broke and like either A, like had a very reduced output, or B, like, what do you call it? Were a hazard, like they started doing that smoking thing like they do when they're essentially broken. Like, things only smoke when they're broken, which sucks, because like they spark. I think they spark when they're almost broken. Like, a lot of things will spark, but I have to check up on that because I'm not sure. But it'd be cool if, like, hey, they give you like damage, like standing next to a broken reactor is going to hurt you. I don't know, it makes sense to me. There we go. Got more material coming through. We got well, nothing's in production anymore. It finished whatever it was going to finish. Oh, look at that. We had enough time for more spiders to come by. Hey guys, how you doing? I just killed a whole bunch of other spiders, but if you guys want to join in too, that's fine. Oh, I thought that was one to my left. The shadow was confusing me. Alright. Let's finish this up here. This is either going to be a very long episode or a short one, depending on how I cut it. So, we'll see. Pow. Okay, those are 2 more drills. A lot of this stuff didn't get finished up. Why not? Oh, lovely. Sorry. But you gotta go. Be really nice. No, you are horrible, Bob. There, now do that. Crazy. Okay, all this stuff, I just need to touch all this stuff up, and you know, I'll come right back to you after I've touched it up, because it looks like most of this is done. Well, except pieces that couldn't get finished. What is it that's causing that to have issue? I'm wondering if windows are considered like armor blocks. I mean, that makes sense. They're essentially armor, but transparent. They're Transparo steel. Oh, we need metal grids too. Oh boy. Okay. We probably need like 5 or 6 of those. Those engines are done. That's nice. This thing moves too. I don't remember why I gave it such powerful forward engines. But man, do they look cool. I think that's a little bit of an oversight in the design. It doesn't really need that much forward thrust, does it? Build punter's full. Go away, build punter. No one needs you. Oh, I'm out of steak. That's not something I expected to happen. Well, let's make some Sabaroid steak then. Look at that. Cook me some steak. Alright, this is done. I basically had to do a bunch of extra stuff because it was wanting to be a butt. It was like, well, I don't want to build these corner pieces because I guess they were too close to the drills. I don't know, whatever it was upsetting it, so I had to do it myself. Which is fine. You know, this is great. Alright, let's leave those at 0 because I think I need them to bounce around a little bit, if I remember correctly. It's not like a finely tuned piece of machinery. Like it'll accept a lot of variance, but I had to build it off of the other one because I didn't want to do it incorrectly. Oh, we're still missing motors, aren't we? Okay, well, I thought this whole thing was done functional wise, but other way. What the heck? Okay, just stop then. Just stop. You're okay. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe because it's the incomplete battery. Oh, maybe the models that aren't done don't have the hitboxes corrected. I don't know, because I didn't know batteries were on the list. I was pretty sure they weren't. But it would get down to -13 normally. There it goes. Bit strange, but all right. Let's grab some energy. You there? Have you completed my stakes? Yes, you have. Wonderful. You have been found to be favorable. All right. I thought I was drinking the water. Let me drink the water. No, give me the water. Steak. Water. I'm thirsty. Thank you. Never do I hold in my hand water when I am thirsty and just not drink it. I will drink the water. This is interesting why it just drink the water. I guess I have to set something to do something else. I don't really look into it that much. All right. We have... Oh, this is my idea. So a lot of these things aren't built, right? But what... Oh, come on. Okay, well, it doesn't want to build that one for whatever reason. So a lot of these haven't been constructed yet, which is fine. The problem is I don't want to sit here and weld each one of them. But I also don't want Bob to start building all the walls and stuff on the base, because this is going to get torn down. This is temporary, the big thing. I know, temporary. 30 episodes later, still temporary. But it's going to get taken apart at some point. And I think I need to move these drills. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is, I'm already doing it. I'm already doing what I was saying I was going to think to do. I'm going to take all the steel plates, right? And I'm going to throw them into my inventory like they already are. Then I'm going to tell Bob that he can do armor blocks. So he could do the windows and all the other stuff. Oh, I also need all the interior plates. Ooh, that might be a little bit more difficult because we probably have, we have quite a few interior plates. I'm just going to stash them on here. I'm going to lose them and be really upset when I have no interior plates, even though I thought I'd created thousands, which I did. I have just lost them and forgot about them. Or, I haven't forgot about them yet, but I predict I will forget about them, which is accurate. I wonder if I'm just sitting on a bunch of steel plates, or is there like a container in here for steel plates, or for interior plates? Also, just drop a whole bunch in there too. Alright, I think my bottle's getting low, and I should make sure to check on that. I think that's why I was carrying 2 bottles, because I tend to forget. Oh my gosh, how many interior plates do I have? Alright, those are all the interior plates. They're now on my person. Now I can tell the Bob to do armor blocks. Is he going to throw construction components in all of those? I'm willing to bet yes. Well, those are armor blocks. I thought these were interior blocks. Yeah, they are. Yeah, I feel like they're going to get packed full of construction components, and you know what? I think I have to turn it to an ignore color. That's the smarter thing to do. Alright, enabling armor blocks. Hopefully all that's the same grade. It's black, though. Nice, cool looking black. Alright. Go! Do armor blocks. In this case, I can give you... Wait a minute. Yep. I figured that would happen. Oh, wait. It doesn't have any steel plates to do it with, so ha! Take all the time you want on it. You have no plates to do that with. I can now build these things in peace. Alright, I'll return to you with it completed. Yep, we're just kind of burning all of our iron because it was it's playing some cruel joke on me. It's basically not welding up anything on this ship. There it goes. Okay. And I couldn't figure it out, and I figured, you know what, let me get it in motion first. That might have it going, and that seems to have done it. So now I have everything that I don't want done in black. Right, there we go. Okay, there we are. Okay. And now this thing should get built. Because for some reason it's like, I'm not going to do that, nor am I going to do the battery, because for some reason I don't feel like it. I'm just like, okay, well, can you do anything? And it's just like, no, I can't. I'm like, fine, let me try to give you something else to do. And that worked. Oh, now that he's in fly mode, he's going to start collecting things. And once again, as if some sort of cruel joke, the Bob does not finish these blocks. And he's no longer on the weld to just complete it only. I don't understand, but we're going to try to figure this out. There we go. Okay. Now that one's started. It's all over the place on whether or not stuff's getting built or not, which is fine. Bob's not perfect. Sorry for all the flashing lights, those of you who are not okay with the flashing lights. Okay. Now we got a canopy. We need more bulletproof glass, which is fine. Alright, so I can't get into some of these connectors down here. I'm thinking... No, I already emptied those. I just don't remember if I did or not. I'm thinking we just wait, and we cut it off right now. It should be good to go. I have to rename all the drills, because they're all brand new. So give me a second to do that. Alright, let me shut off the projector. Oops, shut off the projector. Shut off the Bob, because he's just building things to completion, and we're out of ore, which is just kind of funny. But actually it's not okay, because now I have to manually shovel ore. That'll be fine. We'll build the connection for this thing next time. So let's go ahead and Oh, wait. Oh, there's a detach mode. I forgot about that. Let us... Yes, detach. Okay, well, it just fell off, but that's fine, too. Sweet. Okay, it's ready. Let me put the groups, or the drills in their groups. Drill. Yep. The F and FC drills are in. We have the front drill on and off. The, oh, I forget we could just slide. We don't even need the wheels on. But let's turn them on so we could at least get some movement. Oh, whoa. We're lifting off the ground there. Wonder why. Either way, let's get digging. Let's dig into something. Okay. So, whoa, okay. I don't like how the front is lifting up. Do the cargo containers have stuff in them? Hide empty. This thing's completely empty. I don't know why it's picking up like that. It doesn't pick up like that when I try to test it. But, whatever. So let's try going for this iron deposit we have down here. Well, we're gonna need stone first. Okay, well, let's try leveling off some of these things, because that's what this thing should be able to do in its current configuration, or its current height. So what happens is, oh, you know what? Let's drill into something. Let's just drill into the side here. Let's drill into the side of this mountain. All right. So, how to use this machine. You basically go slow, very slow for the beginning. The rest of it kind of becomes automated, actually, after you start getting underground where you can turn on those drills. Now, you can right-click drill to start the hole. I've had success doing that, but it's not as consistent. It's a bit messy. So what I do is I'll go forward and backward and forward and backward. And I'll try to go really slow because the drills like drill for a second and then something disappears. Drill for a second and then the thing disappears. It's not constantly disappearing the stuff. So we have to kind of slowly maneuver our way into the hole. This will take a little bit. Now, if you were carving a hole in flat terrain, which I guess I could also do here, is if I take the hinges, the front hinges, and I'm going to take them, and with the exception of FC, the center one has to be different. So if we take these and lower them down just a little bit, they should lower, yep. This one should always be 5 less, so that the center doesn't get caught up, or else the center does get caught up, and it's annoying. So you can just lower the drills down, I think to 20 or 15, and you'll start digging a pretty steep hole. Which is not ideal, because you need to be able to back out. And there's only 8 thrusters to back out, and a lot more thrusters to go forward. Which I do remember why the thrusters are to go forward now. Basically, you need all this thrust just in case you're trapped in a hole. Like you've dug straight down or something silly, and you need to get back up. And what's the best way to... Oh, wait. I have an idea. Well, we'll fill up. We'll fill up our inventory, and then we'll do the idea. But... So when you're full, when you're full, trying to go, oh, that's why I missed. I forgot about those thrusters. Yeah, there is 8. Okay, there is 8 on the front. Okay. Anyways, when you're trying to go, almost straight up, you need these big forward thrusters. Because if you change the angle of these to about 50 degrees, I think you'll start digging almost straight up. And that's actually pretty awesome because you can dig straight down because you're me and you're not very, you weren't paying attention or something, and you turned on the thrust override like this. Because right now we can start turning on the thrust override and we'll start digging down. I don't like the angle it's at. It's gonna get nasty because they're too low. The drills are too low, but that's what the center drill's for, is dealing with those things. Just because they would very frequently break the top cargo container when I was testing. You've seen the test world, but yeah, the top cargo container would get messed up in different versions. So this is what I ended up going with. And if we throw this at about 60 kilonewtons while it's there, we can just leave this be. It'll actually go and just dig a hole, and it'll dig a pretty steep hole too. Oh boy, okay, there's a lot of spiders there. Hey, leave my mining ship alone. Oh, I fell into a hole. Why don't you fall in that hole? It's like shooting spiders in a barrel. Or in a crater. Okay, well, never mind. Hey, how you doing? Welcome back. The sounds like it's coming from everywhere around you. There we go. I just thought of a little bit of headcanon. So I was like talking earlier, I'm like, how do they get through the floor? It doesn't really make sense. Like that they tunnel faster than they walk. But what if this floor is like spongy and it's not that thick, but if it was like really thick and spongy, then these guys can just kind of just like dig right through it, and that makes perfect sense for my headcanon. So there we go. Oh, also, with the drills and everything placed like it is, you should be able to walk up from both sides into it, which is pretty great. Okay, so we're digging a tunnel, and this tunnel is relatively flat, despite the angle of the drills being like it would dig a steep hole. Interesting, but that's fine. You'll have to mess with it. It varies, not normally this much, but it varies. You'll just have to mess with it. So we can back out of the hole. It's not as graceful as I would like, but we definitely can. A bit bumpy, and as the drills get full, they get heavy. And we're out. And let's say you had a smaller craft that would come through. So, okay, you dig something like this with this big guy, and when it gets through an ore, it'll leave like a stripe, like a big fat stripe through there. And it'll pick up basically 2 cargo containers full of the ore, but it'll leave this stripe on the outside. So I was thinking of a smaller craft that I could take that was more hovery, because this is like wheeled still, so it bounces around when it hits all these little ridges. It'd be really nice if the drills could make perfectly flat, because now that we can make tunnels like this with hinges make that a lot easier, or in my case possible. It'd be nice if this was flat terrain so we could drive through it without really big bumps, but it probably would have been better to put bigger wheels on it, but that got too much very quickly. All right, so it leaves a stripe, so I should probably make something to like come in, in a smaller craft that I could use to, dig up the stripes, which would be awesome. All right, well, we did what we set out to do today, and I had an amazing time, and I really hope you did too. Well, this is fun. I just thought of where I could put a connector for this is save resources, just like smack dab right here. So I'm gonna back this in, and we're gonna go ahead and call it a day. That was pretty great. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I got so much done. So this got done. This beautiful thing right here. I actually think it's really nice. Oh, the wheels aren't the right color. Hold on. The wheels are supposed to be that kind of like tacky yellow. Yes. Ooh, I can make it gold too. Let's make them gold. Golden wheels. All right. Let's just bloop and bloop. There we go. And I'm gonna take a picture. All right. And this is the Drillinator. It doesn't have a. It's missing a few pieces that need to get put on it. First of all, this drill needs to be connected. Second of all, I want to put the engines on here. Third, needs an ore detector and an antenna. So let's go ahead and finish up the Drillinator. I did write this before when I was trying to get the thing out, because I was like, kill more spiders, yes. When I was trying to get the bus out of the crater. Finish the Drillinator. Alright, so what we have here is we have finished the Drillinator. I need to finish the engines, the ore detector and antenna, and the pipe for the left drill, and then connector for the Drillinator, which is right where it is parked. That's right behind where it is parked. There we go. Those are our goals for next time, and I will leave you with a happy engineering. And thank you.